we've got something super exciting for you today. A jam-packed adventure through Athens, Greece, all squeezed into an amazing 3-day trip. But hey, before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've got a whole bunch of travel itineraries coming your way, and you definitely won't want to miss out. And stick around to the end of the video because we've got some exclusive tips and hidden gems that you won't find in any travel guide. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. Let's get started. Day 1. Top highlights of Athens. The Acropolis of Athens and the Parthenon. Positioned at the heart of the capital, this site is not just a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but it's also a top spot for visitors in Greece and the main highlight when you're in Athens. Standing proudly at the peak of the Acropolis, the Parthenon steals the show. This monument, dating back to the 5th century BC, was crafted during a major construction period led by Pericles. The temple, paying homage to Athena, is noteworthy not just for its historical value, but also it's believed to be the first structure from the ancient times built completely out of marble, tipping the scales at a massive 20,000 tons. The Acropolis Museum. Visiting the Acropolis Museum is a top thing to do in Athens. If possible, try to check out the museum before heading to the Acropolis itself. This will help you better understand the history and background of the area. The museum houses around 4,000 artifacts found at the Acropolis site. The design of the museum is outstanding. As you explore, you'll enjoy stunning views of the Acropolis, and for a perfect ending to your visit, grab a drink at the cafe on the top floor and take in the breathtaking scenery. The Plaka District. Take a stroll through Plaka, one of Athens' must-see neighborhoods. This area holds the title of the city's oldest district, and it's lovingly referred to as the District of the Gods, due to its prime location right at the base of the Acropolis. It's always bustling with activity here. However, Plaka has managed to preserve its charming and picturesque qualities, showcasing narrow lanes and attractive houses. As you wander around, you'll get to see a mix of Byzantine structures and neoclassical homes, as well as browse through numerous stands offering both souvenirs and local goods. Feel free to extend your exploration of Plaka by heading over to the quaint district of Anaphiotika. With its whitewashed houses featuring blue shutters, you might just feel like you've stepped into a Cycladic village. This area is tranquil and serene, plus it provides an outstanding view of the entire city of Athens, best seen at the top of Stratinos Street. The Ancient Agora. Welcome to another must-see spot in Athens, the Ancient Agora. Back in the day, this was the heart of Athens, bustling with life and activity in every corner. It was where all the magic happened, from politics and culture to commerce and everyday social gatherings. Nowadays, it's mostly ruins that remain, but trust me, it's still well worth a visit. One of the highlights here is the Temple of Hephaestus. This beauty was built back in 449 BC during the time of Pericles, and it stands as one of the best preserved Doric temples in all of Greece. While you're here, make sure to check out the museum on site. It's got a whole bunch of artifacts that were found right here, some incredible statues, and even a model to help you visualize what this place would have looked like back in its prime. Monastiraki Square. Let's keep exploring Athens with a stop at the Monastiraki District. This area is right in the middle of Athens, right next to the Plaka District, which we'll dive into soon. The main spot here is Monastiraki Square, featuring a beautiful Byzantine church. This place is always buzzing with energy and has a world vibe to it. Starting from this square, you'll find numerous small alleyways filled with tiny shops offering everything from souvenirs to clothes, shoes, and jewelry. It's a bit like wandering through a bazaar, so many choices. And if you're here on a Sunday, you definitely don't want to miss the famous Monastiraki Flea Market. Over at Avicenna Square, you'll find antique and second-hand dealers with stacks of old books, silver items, and leather goods. Be ready to bargain though, it's all part of the fun, and you might just land yourself a fantastic deal, especially if you're an early bird. Philopappos Hill. Head to Philopappos Hill when the day comes to a close to catch a breathtaking sunset view of the Acropolis. Also known as the Hill of the Muses, this spot is famous for offering one of the best views of the Acropolis and the city of Athens. There are several paths that lead up to the summit of this 147-meter tall hill, and it should take you about 10 minutes to get there. Once you reach the top, you'll be treated to a stunning 360-degree view of the entire city, stretching all the way to the Piraeus port, across Attica, and on clearer days, you might even spot some of the nearby islands. There's also the Philopappos monument up there, built to honor a Roman senator who was a great benefactor to Athens. Day 2. Exploring Athens. Panathenaic Stadium. Get ready to do some exploring on foot today. Make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes. We're kicking things off at the Panathenaic Stadium. Now, this place is really something special. It's the only stadium on the entire planet made entirely out of marble. Can you imagine the effort that went into building that? It was first constructed for the Panathenaic Games, which actually laid the groundwork for the Olympic Games we know today. Later on, Herodes Atticus took on the massive project of rebuilding it, expanding its capacity to a whopping 50,000 seats. Just a heads up, you'll need to buy a separate ticket to enter the stadium, but it's totally worth it at just €5 a pop. Temple of Olympian Zeus. Just like numerous temples scattered around Athens, the Temple of Olympian Zeus didn't escape the trend of being stripped off its materials for constructing other buildings in the city once it was no longer in use. However, back when it stood tall and proud, it was an architectural marvel, brought to life during the reign of ambitious Athenian leaders who dreamt of creating the world's most magnificent temple. Although it took a staggering 600+ years to complete, its completion came under the watch of the Roman Emperor Hadrian, a man known for getting things done. Despite the centuries spent building it, the temple was actively utilized for about a century. Hadrian's Ark. As we make our way back down to the city, consider grabbing a bite to eat at Plaka. It's a great spot for lunch. Afterward, you can continue exploring the area. Make sure to check out Hadrian's Ark, especially if you haven't stumbled upon it already in your travels. Hadrian was once a Roman emperor, and though that was a long time ago, his arch still stands strong. There's even a cool trick to it. If you position yourself just right, you can see the Acropolis right through the ark. The National Garden and Zepion Park. Looking for a spot to chill and to catch some shade while you're exploring Athens? I've got just the place for you. Take a stroll through the National Garden and Zepion Park. Yep, they're actually both parts of one big green oasis right in the heart of the city. It's the perfect spot to unwind and take a breather in between checking out all the cool sights. And it's a great way to escape the hustle and bustle of the crowds for a bit. Plus, it's conveniently located right between the Panathenaic Stadium and Syntagma Square. So why not stop by and enjoy a little nature break? You won't be disappointed. Lycabettus Hill. Without a doubt, Lycabettus Hill stands out as one of the top spots to catch a sunset in Athens. You've got 3 ways to reach the summit. Ride the cable car, drive up part of the way, and then hike the rest, or hike all the way up. Considering we already had done quite a bit of walking and wanted to save some time, we chose the cable car option, which cost us €15 for the 2 of us. Remember, cash only. One thing to note though is that the cable car runs underground, so you won't get any views until you reach the very top of the hill. Gazi District. Absolutely head to Gazi if you're looking to experience the nightlife in Athens. What used to be an industrial zone is now the hippest spot to spend your evenings in the city. There's a fantastic variety of cool bars where you can enjoy a drink outdoors, plus loads of restaurants, clubs, and lounges to choose from. No matter what your vibe is, Gazi has something just for you. Make sure to check out the areas around Keramakos Metra, as well as Dekalion, Gargidion, and Voutadon streets. They're always bustling with energy. Day 3. Day trip to the Peloponnese region. Athens is a great place to start your Greek adventure, and while many use it as the base to head off to the famous islands of Santorini or Mykonos, or perhaps to explore the ancient monasteries at Meteora, there's plenty more to see just a day's trip away. Today, we're going to show you that there's more to Greece than just islands and ancient ruins. We've picked out 2 incredible historical spots just outside of Athens. Mycenae, the once thriving center of Greek civilization, Epidaurus, with its amazing well-preserved Greek amphitheater. Getting there is a breeze. You can either rent a car for a bit of freedom on the road, or take a guided tour if you're looking to sit back, relax, and soak in the history. Mycenae. Located roughly 75 miles away from Athens, Mycenae was a thriving hub around 1350 BC. Housing around 30,000 residents in its citadel and surrounding areas, archaeologists were able to pinpoint Mycenae with ease, largely due to the Lion's Gate, a structure well documented by the 2nd century AD Greek geographer Pausanias. Remarkably, the Lion's Gate stands as the sole remaining example of Mycenaean sculpture. It's a testament to Cyclopean architecture, which is characterized by the use of enormous stones, so large that it sparked legends of Cyclops' involvement in its construction. What makes Mycenae fascinating are several factors. Firstly, it provides a glimpse into ancient urban planning, reminiscent of the towns depicted in Homer's Iliad. Set during the Mycenaean period, for those unfamiliar with the Iliad, it shares similarities with the plot of the film Troy. Epidaurus. Even though it's not as massive as some other theaters we've explored in Athens, with a seating capacity between 13,000 and 14,000, the ancient theater of Epidaurus is remarkably well preserved considering it dates back to the 4th century BC. Its acoustics are so impressive that it still hosts performances of ancient dramas today. In fact, it holds the reputation as the most acoustically perfect ancient Greek theater, with studies and scientific measurements to back it up. The theater is a part of a much larger sanctuary devoted to Asclepius, the Greek god of medicine. In the past, people would travel here and sleep overnight, hoping to wake up healed by the divine powers. The sanctuary provided everything they needed, from sleeping quarters and bath facilities to entertainment spaces. Where to eat in Athens? La Sigale et la Fourmi. Now, don't be thrown off by the name. This place is a treasure trove of Greek culinary delights. They've got 4 spots in Athens, but the one in Syntagma is right at the heart of everything. The vibe here? Oh, it's cozy and welcoming, and the food? You're in for a treat with their classic Greek dishes. Bluefish Athens. This one's a gem located a stone's throw away from the Roman Agora. If you're a fan of fish and seafood, you've hit the jackpot. Their menu blends traditional recipes with a dash of modern flair and creativity. Plus, the service and atmosphere, top-notch. Lyandi Traditional Greek Restaurant. Find this place right across from the Acropolis Museum. Now, there are a bunch of places around here, but Lyandi, it's different in the best way. No touristy gimmicks here, just good old tasty and authentic Greek food. Their portions, hearty and fulfilling. Travel tip. Just like we've said, we've got a great travel tip for your trip to Athens. Make sure you grab yourself an Athens Pass. This little gem gets you quick and easy access to all the major hotspots, including the Acropolis of Athens and the Acropolis Museum, without having to wait in those long lines. Plus, it comes with an audio guide that covers 100 awesome places in the city, giving you all the cool facts and stories to make your visit even more interesting. And hey, who wouldn't love an extra 10% off at other attractions? Trust us, it's a total game changer for your trip. Alright folks, that's a wrap on our amazing 3 days exploring Athens, Greece. If you enjoyed this adventure and want to catch more epic itineraries just like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next city. Safe travels.